So estamos aquí reunidos, we're gathered on this Sunday, 4th of May, 2025, again across time and across space. And we just came off of being on a video call presentation from the Quanon Zen Online on a series that began a couple of weeks ago called Dharma Stewardship for These Times. And you'll be hearing more about that because Ryūmon Sensei and I were honored to be invited to be part of that series that is going to go through the year every few weeks on a Sunday. The program ends about half an hour before our sitting. And we are on August 10th. The first one a couple of weeks ago was led off by Zen Master Bobby Rhodes, who is the Zen Master for the Quanam School in the Sun Sanim tradition. And the second one, just about an hour ago, was by monk Wanchok, who was a monk who was born in Ukraine. And he met his Zen master, and they each felt that they've known each other, they were meeting again. And Wanchok was going to go to school, and he just let it go. And he went and trained in Korea for, I believe, a decade or so. And one day sitting, if I recall correctly, having tea with his Zen master, his Zen master looked at the phone and it was like, Ukraine has just started being attacked. And within 4 days or so, Wanchok left for Ukraine. And he's now there. So as we sit together, let us open our hearts and mind to not only what we say, oh, so much going on in the world, but yet here's one individual on the Dharma path who is back in his country working, I believe, in a facility with teenagers who are suicidal because of what's happening in the war. So it's not abstract and it's not macro, it's very right here, right now. And in that spirit, let us dedicate our practice today. An unsurpassed, penetrating, and perfect Dharma is rarely met with, even in 100,000 million kalpas. Having it to see and listen to remember and accept, bowing to, just forgot the last line. What just arose was I either read or was told of a story of a teacher who was, I don't recall the lineage, but they were facing challenges with remembering, and they might have already had an onset of, I don't remember the diagnosis, but they would be engaged and then it would just go. And they were still giving Dharma talks. And I thought that was a wonderful thing. Last week, two poems that held the ground for the words that flowed were Rumi's words and Mary Oliver's. And there were two things that have stood with me the whole week since we were last together, pinging this organism that were found in both of those poems with as different and time, distance, and culture difference of these two poets, that both poems had the word field in them. Fields. Mary Oliver, when she said she strolls to the fields, and Rumi talks about, there is a field, I'll meet you there. So I've been vibing with that notion of a field in the context of all the wars and conflicts and strives that are happening right now. Most recent now is Pakistan and India. And so I've held Andrew in my heart all the week. And it dawns on me that wars are conducted in fields, right? Land fields, or across water fields, or sky fields. You know. Unless we're talking about domestic violence, most wars and violence and strife happen outside. And domestic violence also happens outside, but it's commonly more hidden, protected. And then it came to me, in Spanish, when I remember growing up and hearing adults speaking, and also sort of in the languaging. And Zenke can correct me on this. This is the piece of estamos en campos opuestos, right? If we're in opposing camps or differing points of view. I refer to Zenke because of being a Professor Zenke, the languaging. Dr. Zenke. Don't put those eyes too much on the ceiling. So campos opuestos, And then there's the notion of Campo Santo, right? Holy grounds or holy fields. So I begin to wonder, what is it about campos and fields? Like when we stroll through one, what happens to our body, mind? Right? When Rumi invites us to, there's a field beyond ideas and wrongdoing. I will meet you there. What is it that's embodied in this space and time? Or another way to inquire is, what is it that is absent that allows that on a summer day or spring day? I guess my bias is I can't say on a winter day I stroll through a field. Having that Caribbean blood, I'm still working on that one. I'm still working on that one, right? But what is it? What is it that if we just take a stroll and then we meet someone, that we probably have never met before, they're just walking by us. At least here in Portugal, the culture is that whoever you cross, you greet, Bom dia, boa tarde, And stranger, So what is the field that's holding us? What is that energetic hold that allows that to happen? the field of not knowing, the field of dreams. I think there was a Kevin Costner movie, maybe called Field of Dreams. Was that the one about the baseball? If you build it, if you build it, I will come. Mm-hmm. Think about that, or not forget to think. Sense into that. If you build it, I will come. Mm-hmm. So it's all around us in the cultural, sphere. The Dharma is flowing endlessly. What this one here is grappling with is, what is the primordial, foundational, essential ingredient that allows for that? That would be the koan, that would be the inquiry. Because, from Rumi's perspective, if we meet in that field, it's beyond ideas, it's beyond wrongdoing, it's beyond, as Dogen Zenji, Zen Master Dogen Zenji would say, it's beyond thinking. Not thinking, it's beyond. So to bring it right to this moment, there was an experience here that happened here. When I say here, I mean Portugal and in Spain and parts of Europe. That happened last Monday. Some of you will probably have heard about it, maybe not. That we had a power outage. The entire Iberian Peninsula, southern France, and then there was also, I think, maybe Netherlands, but small. But in Portugal and in the Iberian Peninsula, it was like poof. Monday the 28th, close to around 11:30 a.m. Portugal time. This connects with getting to what is that basic ingredient, what is the foundational ingredient. So I'm not going to have a little practice, just to make sure that since I'm here alone in Portugal, I connect by sending a little emoji. Hope it's okay, I share that. Just, a little emoji with a sun or a little hand that I woke up that morning. And then before going to bed at night. But before I did that, I got up. And something I've been dealing with is feeling like my body's just swelling up. So I don't know if it's, oh, hello, Nube. Nube, mi reina, como te extraño. Oh. And so I was concerned about my weight, because it's like, why am I swelling up? Have I caught something, or, I haven't been feeling well. So the scale is in this little room. So I come in, I had not lifted the blinds, it's pretty dark, and I flick on the switch and there's no light. So I thought, did I have a heater on? And because the apartment, if there's a heater and the water heater, half of the apartment, the light goes down. So I go to the circuit breaker. No, it's on. So then I go through all the apartment, all the lights are out. So I think I might have exchange with Ryūmon Sensei and say, it seems like there's a power outage. I also went to the hallway because it has one of those, when you come in at night, you just turn on the switch and the light comes on for several minutes and then it goes off. That one was out too. So, okay, it's not the apartment, it's the building. But the mind immediately was trying, okay, so what now? I don't know who to call, And we have a study class that had to be online. So I did send a message and say, I don't know what's going on. There's no electricity. Okay, fine. Then I thought, let me go outside. So I go outside and the building next door, the door's open. I go in, I do the same thing in their hallway. No lights. They're redoing apartments here because they're getting ready for the summer holidays. There's a construction and drilling. Okay, maybe something happened. Then I come back and I notice, there's not an internet signal. This is like an hour and a half afterwards, right? Beginning to really go deep and diving into the ocean of not knowing what's going on. So I thought, okay, no internet signal. I can't get on the study class. And Ryūmon Sensei is going to worry if I don't show up. Okay, I go outside and, there weren't that many people, but people were walking around. And I thought, okay, let me just go for a walk. It wasn't through a field, but it was around a big, beautiful lagoon with all kinds of species. And right away, it's like the sun is out. Okay, let me take a walk, come back. An hour and a half later, still no internet. I thought I have a mobile Wi-Fi, so I thought, okay, maybe I should put more money in it. Maybe I misjudged when it was due. So I go to the ATM, and there's a gentleman who has the biking outfit, like someone who's very serious biker with his bike. And I look at the ATM, and it's black. The screen is black. And I said, I tried some Portuguese, and he said he didn't understand English. Turns out he's from London. And he was peeling a banana. And he said, ATM's not working. This is my last piece of food for the day. I can't get any money out. I said, what? Okay. So we chatted, and it was great. He was heading from here to Aveiro, just came back from Fatima, and he was heading to Santiago de Compostela. So we connected around that. And in the midst of all this, there was this meeting across this field of not knowing what was happening, but sharing stories. And he asked how far to the next town where his hostel was, and asked him if he needed anything, because I live right here. He said, no, he'll be okay. So on the way back, I run into two of the neighbors, and they're chatting with each other. So I'm waiting till they stop. And then when they were done, we said, kiss, kiss, buen dia. And I turned to the one that I know more, and I said, because she's connected with this building, I said, do you know what's happening in the building? This was 3 hours later. And then they both said, it's in the whole country. I said, what? And in España. I said, what? She said, yes. And it was something like, because I had seen her drive away in a little scooter, and I wanted to catch her earlier to see if she knew what was going on here, but she left before I could catch her. She said, I went all the way to Mira, which is the closest bigger town. She says, all the supermarkets are closed. Right? All the supermarkets are closed. She said, I didn't go beyond there. Wow. Yeah. And nobody knew. ¿Qué pasa? Nobody knew. The whole country, no power, no internet access, all the supermarkets closed, and the banks were closed. Yeah. So, slowly but surely, people headed to the beach. It was a sunny day, and it was the first day this year, Monday the 28th, that I said, okay, I put on my summer gear. It was unpredictably, and I might have mentioned it last Sunday, that it was unusually very hot. The temperature were hot, so first they thought the heat might have done something with the power grid or something. But on the way to the beach, it occurred to me, there is a 4-star hotel right around the corner from me. So I went into the lobby, and I asked the young woman if I could. She said, I don't have internet on my phone either, and nobody knows what's going on. But she said, it's all over Europe, But the fascinating thing is that nothing happened in here about being afraid or being concerned. Is that in that field of not knowing, it was okay, It was okay. And that's when I communicated that I had sent texts before, like at around noon, but they didn't go through until I went into the hotel like 3 hours later. That's when I think Anraku Sensei knew. But I already had a text from a friend to Tonsalden in Colorado saying, do you have electricity? So she must have known, right? So the last I'll share about this is that there's a Substack that I follow from a woman and her family who lived in San Francisco and moved with her 14-year-old and child and a husband to Portugal a few months after we did. She's much younger, but she wrote it's a beautiful writer, LaDonna, and she wrote about her experience that day. So I wrote a comment, how she spoke for me, but I added, in that space of not knowing, I truly felt the connection to the millions of people all over the world that's their moment-to-moment experience. No electricity, no access, no information, no food, right? Because one of the first things I remember Sensei saying is, do you have enough food? I said, well, very little, right? And then the neighbor said, all the supermarkets are closed. I did have 2 gallons of water. So it dawned on me that to be able to stroll through the fields and greet with an open heart and a smile and warmth a total stranger who might be supporting horrible things in the world. It's the mind of not knowing that allows for that. As Rumi says, beyond ideas and wrongdoing. So the invitation is to really notice, right? Let us all notice what are our ideas about everything that's happening, not just in our own lives, in our circle of loved ones, with our circles of loved ones, but what's happening in the world, what's happening with the people who are making decisions that are causing so much suffering to so many. But yes, that's what we witness. But what are our ideas about it? Yeah. And how that pulls us away from really not knowing and just coming forth with a bodhisattva vow that says, how can I help? That's all that we have. What can I help? If I find it quickly, I like to end with, let's see. I don't think it's coming. I took a picture of it from my computer because I saw it, I don't know if I saw it written, but it has to do with the Bodhisattva vow. It's okay. Let's see, Google Translate. Well, I'm seeing our cat pictures, so my iCloud is full. I think I mentioned that too. So enjoy the not knowing journey, and thank you for your practice. May our intention equally penetrate every being and place with the true merit of Buddha's way. Beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's way is inconceivable. I vow to attain it. Beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's way is inconceivable. I vow to attain it. Beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's way is inconceivable. I vow to attain it. So we have some time if anyone would like to bring your voice into the space.
Thank you, Sensei, Ryūmon Sensei, for reaching out. I'm very happy to be back. Although I guess my spirit has been here. Actually, I was thinking about spaces, right? You know, at some point during my meditation, instead of counting my breaths, but and thinking about the idea of ontology, like what defines the space, what defines our being, right? And also the twin concept of epistemology, knowing, right? And how we have these notions about ourselves, right? About our spaces that are so limiting, right? And in a way, what limits us is what we know, right? What we think we know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of like being open in those fields and spaces, right? So in a way, it was great to find the like coincidence, right, between the talk and my thoughts. And we in Puerto Rico, we have a whole tradition of feeling insulated and creating enclosures to protect ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Understandably, right? Being a colony, being under siege, and so. But at the same time, in that enclosure, we suffocate ourselves, and we also don't feel what others feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so these are subjects that are near and dear to my heart, and then here we are, like nine chicks, right? There were, although one of the chicks left, right? And part of being having a sense of certainty, of a false sense of integrity, is counting our chickens, right? Make sure we have all our chickens and our chicks. So, but yet the chicks themselves are so free, right?
Yes.
They're just like tender and cute, and So thank you, Sensei, for this, and thank you for welcoming me. So I'm back home.
Siempre, siempre. It might be best to count our chickens after they hatch, so we're sure that we can see who they are, where they are.
Hello.
Hello.
As I was listening to the beautiful words of Zenki, there was a looked like a moth that flew. I caught its shadow first, and then it flew into the window and was like kind of bouncing along the pane, the window pane. And I was thinking, oh geez, what kind of analogy is this for the open field that we think we're moving through, and then boom, we hit a glass wall.
Yes.
My parents are still in Spain. They were in Spain on the day of the blackout, and they did not handle it quite so equanimously as you. I got a somewhat distressed text from them.
I can imagine. I thought
saying
about them.
call your brother. And after the fact, they're totally fine, and
They're okay.
Okay. As you were talking about the field, the words of a song came to mind. It was a song I learned a little over a month ago in the context of the 1-year anniversary of the death of a friend. And some mutual friends were all gathered, and we were sharing songs. And one of the songs that sort of came forward in this time, I don't know the name of it, or I don't remember who wrote it, but the chorus is walk with me and we will see the mystery revealed when one day we wend our way up to the farthest field. And I don't know if anyone else has heard that before and knows who wrote it, but it's the farthest field as a kind of metaphor for death and our final resting place.
Yeah.
And the beauty, the beauty and openness and vastness of that field. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Anyone else? Then I'd have one announcement to share with you.
Just briefly, I was very aware of being on the outside of the scenario during that episode that you were sharing of the power outage, and how like you were just dealing with things as they came, and people were going to the beach and stuff, but on the outside there's all this fervor. And I was just relating to the like this the Ukrainian, the person who gave the talk, who's Ukrainian, who had been the monk and went back to Ukraine, and this sense of being on the outside of something and feeling all of this kind of energy of anxiety. What can I do? What can I do? And that simple question just really rang differently for me this time. Instead of trying to like busy around, I'm trying to figure out strategies like how can I get you food and what, stuff like that. But it's kind of crazy. instead of, okay, how can I help? And when you're in the midst of something, whatever it is, even if it's in the middle of a war zone, that you're in it. And to think that I know, this piece of, to think that I know what's best to help, when maybe the question is, how can I? You tell me.
Mhm.
So anyway, that kind of rang true to me as you were kind of sharing about what happened. Yeah. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm glad you're okay.
Yes. Well, now that, I'll say is that because the sun is setting like at 8:30 p.m. here, it was light, quite, it was light. Then when it started getting dark, I stopped buying candles. I don't have any candles because the street lights, everything was dark. And so I just had the phone flashlight. So I cooked the little food I had, set up the phone so that there was some light. And then I got in bed, as earlier than I ever do. But I had this amazing novel I had to finish. So I was reading with the flashlight. And one of the street cats that sometimes comes to visit came in and was sleeping on a chair in my bedroom. And then at some point I had to pee. And I went to turn on the lamp and I thought, oh, there's no electricity. But then I saw there was a light coming through it. And it's because I left the light in the bathroom just to get a sense. So yes, just in the midst of it. That's it. So one thing on Ryūmon Sensei and I talked about some time back that I forgot to say last week is that we would like, starting next week, for as many of you would like to participate, to have each of you be the one to share the Dharma words. So I would like to know who would like to volunteer for next week. I didn't say not volunteer. Well, if we were in India, that was a yes. The movement you just did. So, 15, 20 minutes, 10, 15, whatever, it doesn't matter, but we'd like for you to take the Dharma seat and share your Dharma, right? Your Dharma, right?
So that could be stories of their life or whatever.
How can I help? Remember?
Got that. Okay.
All right. So who would like to be the one for next week of us chicks who are here? Make sure you're breathing now. Okay.
I will.
Thank you. Gracias, Bella. Okay. So thank you so much for your practice. Stay safe, stay well. And anything else, or as I said, anything coming up we need to say?
Can't think of anything.
Okay, good enough. Cuídense. Hasta luego.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sí, besitos. And Rebecca said bowing now, and she left. Thank you. Okay.
Good job, Sensei. I'm glad you remembered that.
I remember after last Sunday, and it's like, oh shoot, I forgot. But it's like right now is, I mean, I was going to ask you to do it next week, and then I remember that we had thought of having each of them to do something,
I'll be a stand-in if there's absolutely no takers. Not for next week, but another time.
Was that Shimon who said she'd do it?
I was going to do it. Yeah.
Very good, because I've been wanting to. when I came back, immediately I wanted to write to her. January was her birthday, and then that's when the shop closed, and and I never got around to it. But she's been faithful.
She has.
And I did say, that she would be the next Shuso.
Yeah.
So I want to pick that up if it's something, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she stepped into it, she stepped up.
She did. She stepped in. She just did. Good for her. That's great. That's great. Well, it's kind of an overcast, rainy day. Coralie's coming by in a little bit. So I can show her what to do. And I got to clean up but I have a few minutes if you want to check in. You want to check in?
I'll check in, and we need to set up a time to have a conversation because there's a lot of things we need to talk about.
Okay.
But it's no big deal, no big deal. But I'll check in with something.
Check in with something, honey. Go ahead.
You're going to be 69 years old next May.
69? You mean this month?
Next year.
Next year. Okay. 69. That's a good number. Am I going to be 68? I can't remember.
I count your birthday.
That you forgot. Also, I got to talk to you about those 4 vows. I thought we had a different translation, but go ahead with your thing.
No, those are my vows now. That's what I do.
Okay, that's fine. You can do yours.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The vows change. This is the piece. See, I just felt like you did like this energetically.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The way you said, I got to talk to you about those 4 vows. I don't know what, Did you see the impact on that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just joking around. Of course you can do whatever.
We're not joking around, Raku. You meant it.
I wanted to talk with you because we had other vows.
Okay, I'm done. I don't got to continue because what I was going to say has totally doesn't fit now with the sense that's going on right now.
I am sorry. I impacted you.
I'm sorry too. I'm sorry too. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, can you hang in here a minute, please? Because I was vibing with just the conversation and I said something.
Oh, you were not vibing with me because you brought in the vows. Did you understand what I'm saying?
I understand. I'm sorry.
You weren't. I said I have something. I'm talking about your birthday and age. And
Yes.
you were no, wait, you were not there. So, please don't do that. It's really upsetting when people don't own up the behavior they do.
I'm sorry for my impact of what I did. I really am. And I hear what you're saying for 69.
No, it's not the time. This is not the time. Okay. I'm not going to go against what I'm feeling. Okay. I'm sorry. No, no. It's too bad.
Because you were going to share something that was really good.
Yeah, it was.
I know.
And you could not meet me where I was. This is the point. This is a continual theme in our relating.
Mm.
So I don't have anything else to say. So.
Could we just hang for a moment? Do you have nothing to say?
No.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Where are you situated? I've been trying to figure it out.
I'm in the hallway.
Okay, because I noticed that the thing. Is that because it's loud? Or why are you?
I'm moving around. I'm setting up for the Varnarmans.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Can we talk again later today, please?
No, it's been a long day, and now I got Christine, and I've been on since this morning with Monica. So I've been online the whole day.
Okay, honey. Well, please accept my deepest apologies. Miss.
Honey, you gotta understand, apologies don't mean shit to me. You gotta understand, you've known me for 20 fucking years. You know that. How many times do we have to go through this? If the lessons aren't learned, then, I don't want to put my energy into it.
Okay, honey.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.